Let's talk about Daniel in the Bible. Daniel wasn't just a major prophet in the Old Testament, he also had a seriously cool nickname, Daniel the Lion Slayer. And how do you earn a name like that? Easy, it's by surviving a den full of lions. Here's the story. King Darius had issued a strict law for 30 days. No one was allowed to pray to any god or man except the king himself. But Daniel, being a faithful servant of God, didn't back down. At over 80 years old, he continued his lifelong habit of praying 3 times a day, just like he had since he was 21. Of course, that didn't sit well with the king's officials, and they convinced Darius to throw Daniel into a pit of hungry lions as punishment. But here's the twist. When the king rushed to check on him the next morning, expecting the worst, Daniel was not only alive, he looked fluffy. The lions hadn't laid a paw on him. It was as if they spent the night giving him a makeover instead of making him a meal. Grateful and amazed, King Darius immediately had Daniel pulled out of the den. From that day on, he wasn't just Daniel, he was Daniel the Lion Slayer. And that, my friends, is how legends are born. But who is Daniel? In short, he was a prophet who interpreted dreams and visions. He was a man of God who never compromised his faith, even when faced with the threat of death. He was a leader who inspired others to follow God, even in the most difficult of circumstances. What can we learn from Daniel? Well, he teaches us to put our faith in God no matter what. He teaches us to be courageous in the face of adversity. He teaches us to be wise and discerning in our thinking. And he teaches us to be faithful to God's word, no matter what. So if your name is Daniel, you are blessed with an amazing heritage. You carry the legacy of a man who was a prophet, a lion slayer, and a man after God's own heart. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever compromise your faith.